think of 3 to 4 leaders that really inspire you, that you really aspire to be like, or 3 really great leaders, and bring them to your mind. And I'm not here to judge who they are, or I'm not going to even ask why you think they are. Sometimes it's somebody that's mentioned in history books. Sometimes it was your mom or dad. Sometimes it's your 3-year-old son. I don't care who you pick. It's your pick.
Okay, so pick 3.
Pick 3.
Okay, I love Alexander the Great.
Okay.
That's my historical one. But actually, they're all kind of historical. I like Elon Musk.
Okay.
And they sound cliche, but Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
And George Washington.
Good.
Two of our, United States great presidents.
Great. I don't care why. Now, so the first one you said was
Alex.
Why? What about him do you like? What about?
Okay, so Alexander the Great, one of the big things about him is he was a leader that led from the front in all of his military endeavors. He was in the battles. And one of his great things that he would say about himself was, show me a part of my body that I don't have a scar on besides my back, which is like hugely important in those times, right? He was wounded all around his body. So he was actually fighting alongside of his soldiers, but he also inspired his army to do more than they ever thought was humanly possible by traversing through Egypt, Persia, into Afghanistan, into India. They went all the way from Greece to India.
And did he do it riding in an air-conditioned caravan?
No. Like he walked alongside his soldiers, right?
So what would you call that quality?
So we talked about this off camera, right? Yeah. Just for a short period of time. Humbleness, right?
Humility. No task is below him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He got down in the mud and he was digging trenches. He was digging slit trenches and stuff like that. There's a lot of documentation about what he did as far as being a leader and why people followed him and were so inspired and fought against much larger armies because he said they could do it.
Yeah, humility. And which, if you were one of his subordinates and you saw your great leader over there digging trenches alongside of you, how would that make you feel as this guy's
like, oh crap, I better get over there and take the shovel from his hand and
breed
make
respect.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, breed respect. Okay, so Alexander the Great. We heard Elon Musk. Why Elon Musk?
I think Elon Musk inspires his people, again, to think beyond what the normal, I guess the normal societal thought patterns are with regards to you should build a business in order to earn money and be successful
in your opinion, how do you think he does that for these people?
He inspires them by telling them that the things that they're doing are for the betterment of mankind, and this is tangible things that they're doing. They can really see that yes, the work that they've been doing for the past 5-10 years is actually changing mankind and the direction that we are going with regards to energy efficiency, space travel, flamethrowers. Gotta throw that out there. Not flamethrowers.
Tesla's in space.
Yeah.
And so, people always say, well, we should think of a worldly view and think of the world, but he is taking it one step further and saying we should think about the human race.
Right.
It might not just about be on this planet. And so what quality would you call that in Elon Musk when you can convince people to think about the greater good? What quality does he use, in your opinion, to inspire his people?
Inspiration.
Okay, good. We'll take it. Inspiration. So we got humility. We got inspiration. Next was Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Why Abraham Lincoln?
A lot of people told Abraham Lincoln no, and things could not get done. And he was a force of nature that said, yes, it could. And yes, it has to. And, he put his foot down a lot.
He failed a lot.
So I think for that, it's just that he put himself on a pedestal and was very open and transparent about the direction that he wanted the country to go. And I mean, there's vice versa in that, because he did do a lot of things that were unconstitutional, you would say,
and maybe
but it was a different time.
Yeah, unethical at that time.
Right.
I mean, unethical at this time.
Right.
But at that time, it was. I'm not. We're not justifying his practice, but anyway, beyond that.
But-
so I heard transparency.
Yeah.
And transparency also breeds trust because honesty is a part of it. So let's call it. What quality do you want to call it? Transparency.
Yeah.
Okay, transparency.
Transparency, communication.
So the first one was humility. Elon Musk was inspirational.
Right.
Yeah, inspires. Abraham Lincoln, transparent. Honest, right? Transparency.
Honest.
Then
Dave.
we got George Washington. Why George Washington?
So George didn't want to be president. He never did. They actually forced it upon him. And I don't know if a lot of people know that. He did want to lead the Continental Army, and he was prepared to do that. And he was very humble with his soldiers. Like, there's a reason why he was able to maintain a Continental Army for months on end in the middle of winter with no pay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that happen? He had to inspire his men to stay and fight through these elements, you know.
So how do you think he got to do it? How do you think he did it? In your opinion, doesn't it even have to be accurate?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah, guess. There are no wrong answers.
Right. I would think it would have been his. He had to have communicated with his soldiers that they were fighting to throw off the reins of tyranny.
But what was in it for their soldiers, though?
The freedom.
He cared. So now they're fighting for something else. It's about
Right.
what they want.
They're fighting for the betterment of their future,
But it's also about what they want.
Right.
What the soldiers want.
not just what they want now, where in terms of getting a paycheck, because they weren't fighting for a paycheck.
It was something bigger.
It was something bigger. They were fighting for their lives, their child's lives, their grandchildren's lives.
So, in essence, he got them to fight for something that they wanted.
Yes.
And, which is not hard to get somebody to fight for to do. And so, in theory, he cared about his people. And so, let's take these four qualities. We got Elon, we got Alexander the Great, Elon, we have Abe Lincoln, and we got George Washington. We're not talking about what they did, we're talking about the qualities that in these people.
Sure.
So humility, inspiration, transparency, and compassion, or caring about the people. You care about what they think. And so in these qualities, you'll have your answers to most of your problems as a leader. You can't train a leader to solve every single problem that comes up. It's impossible,
Right.
because life is unpredictable. And so if like, for example, if you have name a problem that a common problem that a leader might have.
Lazy workers.
Lazy. Oh, are they really lazy?
Uninspired workers.
Okay, there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference, and sometimes uninspired could be lazy.
Mhm.
Could look lazy. And so you have this worker, and then what now, boss?
Oh, I gotta put the clip from The Office. Not The Office. Office Space. When they're talking to the two Bobs.
Yeah. So
Like, no, he's not lazy. He's just uninspired.
he's just
You just haven't challenged him enough.
which is true.
Right.
Which is true.